Welcome to our YouTube channel dedicated to exploring the latest insights and opportunities in the world of finance and investments, with a special focus on currency revaluation, gold and silver investments, cryptocurrency, and make money online opportunities, and more. If you're interested in staying up to date on the latest developments in currency revaluation, particularly the Iraqi dinar and other currencies, best to subscribe to this channel. Please note that the content on this YouTube channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the opinions expressed on this channel are based on our own research and personal experience. We strongly recommend that you do your own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor. Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a weekly giveaway of 100 Dogecoin. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and watch this video until the end, because if you don't, you will be automatically disqualified from the giveaway. We will be sharing the random hashtag keyword daily somewhere in the video, and then comment hashtag the keyword with no spaces in between in the comment section. Good luck! Now, let's proceed with the latest Iraqi dinar news and intel today. Please take these pieces of information with a grain of salt, and please make sure to do your own due diligence. What if the biggest move toward Iraq's currency reset wasn't on a headline, but buried in a quiet confirmation from the central bank? What if one of the largest debt burdens in the Middle East was just nearly wiped clean? And what if someone just reminded us that Iraq's 3.22 rate from 2 decades ago was before they discovered $16 trillion in untouched resources? That's not speculation. That's this week's reality. But here's the thing. If you're waiting for some big announcement before paying attention, you're already late. Because the real signs? They're already in motion, and the pieces are falling into place fast. If you're holding Dinar and not tuned in now, you might miss the window everyone else will wish they saw coming. I'll break it all down and share my own final take at the end. Let's dive into the latest updates. From NewsHound Intel Guru Mountain Goat article, Iraqi dinar nears official rate as market stabilizes. They are telling us that the decline of the parallel market is not coincidental, but a managed series of measures that were taken. They are saying, finally, they have control over the dollar. Why did the CBI have to stabilize the dollar parallel market to match the official CBI rate of the dinar in the first place? They need to do it because currently the dinar is solely pegged to the dollar, and these two rates must at least match. If a currency is solely pegged to another currency, it must be equal to that currency. The IMF uses this tactic in many other situations to help stabilize a currency. The CBI has been working on this for the last 20 years. They have finally accomplished their goal, and so now they are very close to being able to move on to the next stage. From Intel NewsHound Guru MarkZ via PDK. Article. State-owned bank announces the settlement of 87% of Iraq's external debt file. That external debt file was huge between the end of Saddam Hussein and the Kuwait invasion up through today. Settling 87% is a huge number, or debt repaid. They are in a great position for their currency and country internationally. From Intel Guru Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report from Firefly, the rate over 20 years ago was $3.22, and that was just off the price of oil. Now we have non-oil revenues and $16 trillion alone in rare minerals, tourism, agriculture. This is very promising. From Frank, 3.22 cents was over 20 years ago. When you look at the exchange rate of the other Middle Eastern countries around you, it's not too far-fetched that you could be somewhere around 3.80 cents to just a pinch over $4. From NewsHound Guru Pimpy, let's get back into what's going on over there in Vietnam, especially when it pertains to gold. We all know Trump did a deal with Vietnam, a 20% tariff on Vietnam's exports to the United States, a 40% tariff on goods transshipped through Vietnam. That's when another country hasn't made a trade deal with the United States and tries to be sneaky and use Vietnam to start shipping their goods. 0 tariffs on U.S. goods entering Vietnam. Article quote, The depreciation of the dong has triggered a surge in gold prices, with the 24K gold price in Vietnam reaching 73.64 million VND per ounce in June 2025, a 48.6% year-on-year increase. That's a huge increase. That's why you see a country like Iraq buying more gold. More gold is to help protect their currency. Lots of central banks are stacking up on gold. From Newshound Guru Claire, article, Al-Sudani's advisor denies rumor of 62 trillion dinars being destroyed. It is baseless. Quote, the Prime Minister's financial advisor, Mazhar Mohammed Saleh, confirmed that the circulating rumors regarding the destruction of half of Iraq's currency, amounting to approximately 62 trillion dinars, are baseless, describing them as illogical allegations that lack the slightest degree of credibility and economic logic. He explained that approximately 88% of the monetary mass is held outside the banking system in the hands of individuals, not in any single institution. From Guest Guru Margarita, article, the Iraqi government denies that half of the currency supply was damaged by a rat. I hope the rat destroyed the currency. That would be great to get 62 trillion off the books. From Intel Guru Frank 26. Question, do you still believe Sunday to a Monday? Or do you think it can happen any day? It can happen any day, but my desire would be a Sunday into a Monday. The reason why is because Sunday is the first day of their week. What a perfect time to start it, right? The next day we wake up, there it is, bada bing, bada boom. We may actually see it, but not be able to do anything about it until the next day. From Newshound Intel Guru FNULNU, Iraq has meetings scheduled with the WTO starting in August and will continue through the summer and into the fall. The RV for now is on the distant horizon. From Intel Newshound Guru MarkZ via PDK, article, Sudani denies the rumor of destruction of 62 trillion dinars unfounded, but it would be a great thing to do just before a reset. Maybe the cat got out of the bag and they are doing damage control. If I had just destroyed 62 trillion right before a reevaluation, I would probably say the same thing. That is just totally a guess, a gut feeling, but it makes sense. Why would you want to destroy currency? If you had too much in circulation, you would want to get rid of some of it before a revaluation. This is just a rumor, but with everything else going on, it is screaming RV to me. If this is happening, the RV is imminent. From Newshound Guru Militia Man, article, Iraq's accession to the World Trade Organization. I believe Iraq is in an advanced stage with regard to accession. Iraq has demonstrated great progress and clearly has intention to gain full accession into the WTO. This article is supporting there are efforts for full integration into the international financial system. Before ending with few more updates, the hashtag keyword for the 100 Dogecoin giveaway is invasion. You can be the lucky winner if you like, subscribe, and watch the main content of this video. This will be for this coming Sunday's giveaway, and the winner will be announced in one of the Sunday's videos, so you do not want to miss it. From Newshound Guru Samson, article, Iran approves bill to remove 4 zeros from national currency and unify its name. From Newshound Guru Pimpy, until Iraq allows the currency to be a free-floating currency, it's never going to be on a Forex. And finally, the last update is from Intel Guru Frank 26. We got good people like Guru Pimpy. Pimpy's a nice man. Pimpy always says constructive things. Pimpy has got good sources. I don't know any gurus that I would recommend except Pimpy. Before I dive into this breakdown, if you've been tracking the dinar this long, you already know timing and intel matter. So if you appreciate deep research and real-time updates that cut through the noise, hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications. You don't want to miss what's coming next because this momentum, it's heating up. Now let's get into my final thoughts on these latest developments. Let's start with Mountain Goat's take. It's a powerful signal. The CBI didn't just randomly stabilize the dollar. This was a 20-year strategic operation. The central bank has now aligned the market rate with the official rate, which is essential for a pegged currency like the dinar. According to the IMF framework, a pegged currency must have minimal spread between the market and official rate to be credible, and Iraq has finally achieved that. This tells us they're now structurally ready for the next step, which could absolutely include moving to a new exchange rate regime. This is not a drill. This is a major milestone. Now, Frank26's Boots on the Ground update brought up something the community always debates, that historic $3.22 rate. But here's the thing. While $3.22 was real back then, it was based almost entirely on oil exports and a much smaller money supply. Today, Iraq has an expanded monetary base flooded with 3-0 notes. But what makes this conversation interesting now is Iraq's non-oil sector expansion. They've got $16 trillion in rare minerals, increasing agricultural exports, and a rising service sector. Still, let's stay grounded. A realistic reinstatement range would likely be $1 to $1.50 to start. Why? It aligns with Iraq's current FX reserves and macroeconomic foundation. It allows for purchasing power restoration without triggering inflation. And it enables the CBI to gradually float or adjust the rate upward once the 3-0 notes are absorbed and the public shifts to lower denominations. Launching near 1-to-1 simplifies pricing, contracts, and public understanding, just like Kuwait did. Then with growing demand and proper IMF Article 8 compliance, we could see it climb over time. But if it did come out to 3.22 cents, no complaints here. Now let's shift to Militia Man and that WTO update, because I dug in deep and confirmed it's legit. Iraq is in an advanced stage of WTO accession. After nearly 2 decades of stalling, Iraq resumed talks in July 2024, hosted formal working party meetings, and submitted updated tariff offers. This isn't just political theater. It's real. Organizations like UNCTAD and the UN Trade Office have launched technical workshops, helping Iraq align its trade regime, customs, and taxation systems with WTO standards, and yes, CBI is involved. This process overlaps heavily with IMF Article 8 requirements. In fact, the WTO practically demands a stable, transparent currency regime. That's why this update matters, because once Iraq joins, it can't operate with multiple exchange rates anymore. They'll need a single, stable, published rate, and that means the true value of the dinar has to be revealed. So yeah, Militia Man was spot on, and we've got the receipts to back it up. Now let's talk about the Claire update, the whole 62 trillion dinars destroyed rumor. The PM's financial advisor, Majar Saleh, came out strong against it, calling it baseless and illogical. But the real gold in this article wasn't the denial, it was the confirmation that 88% of Iraq's dinars are outside the banking system. That's huge. It tells us that while Iraq has stabilized the market, they still face massive cash circulation challenges. This must be fixed before an RVRI. The CBI must induce deposits and absorb currency, either through education, incentives, or releasing lower denominations. It's all about regaining monetary control, and once that's achieved, you better believe a rate change becomes far more manageable. Now, let's deal with Pimpy's claim that Iraq must free float to be listed on Forex. Respectfully, that's just not true. A free float is not required for Forex trading. Plenty of pegged currencies are listed and traded every day. Just look at Kuwaiti dinar, Saudi riyal, Hong Kong dollar, HKD. All of them are pegged, yet they appear on Forex and are actively traded. The real requirement isn't float status, it's convertibility and compliance. Iraq already has a recognized ISO currency code, IQD, and it's technically paired in some Forex systems. But here's the problem. Capital controls, lack of Article 8 compliance, and limited central bank transparency are the actual barriers to active Forex trading. Once Iraq lifts those restrictions and opens up to international banking, Forex accessibility becomes possible with or without a free float. So Pimpy's statement is a classic case of conflating float with availability, and the dinar community deserves better clarity than that. Bottom line, Iraq is laying the final pieces of this puzzle. We've got exchange rate stabilization, verified WTO acceleration, a path to $1 to $1.50 reinstatement backed by macroeconomic logic, a public currency absorption strategy, a clear narrative around IMF and Forex readiness. And let's be honest, the speculation window of August 4th to September 1, it's not crazy. Based on everything we're seeing, that 30-day window could realistically be part of the bigger 90-day or even 6-month ramp we've been discussing. It doesn't mean we bank on those dates, but the conditions are aligning fast. The central bank isn't broadcasting fireworks, they're quietly building a launch pad. And it's very real. That's my final take. Moreover, we posted a breaking analysis video the other day. Iraq just made a major move toward joining the World Trade Organization by completing comprehensive technical responses, an essential step that signals a shift toward full international integration. While this might seem like a routine headline, it's actually one of the strongest signs that Iraq could be preparing to move off the program rate and take the dinar global. In this video, I'll break down how this development ties directly into the RV-RI process, how it connects with IMF Article of 8 compliance, and why this moment could indicate the beginning of the end for the 1300 rate. If you've been watching for the clues and waiting for confirmation that Iraq is ready, this is the update you don't want to overlook. Most people will miss the significance until it's too late. Please go ahead and check it out by clicking on the link on the top right of this video, as you don't want to miss this. Lastly, we will continue to post videos about the recent events and articles supporting the changes taking place in Iraq, so you don't want to miss them. Also, don't forget, please drop a comment below with hashtag and the keyword and let us know what you think. If you like this content and like to support this channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you get notified when new videos are uploaded. See you on the next video. Bye!